What's up everyone, we're going to be going through the best NBA player props on Prizepicks today. Now I did want to show you the results from yesterday's picks from my exclusive Discord group, and as you guys see we actually got 17 picks correct, which was absolutely insane. Now a lot of you comment wanting to see how many I got wrong, and I thought I'd show you in today's video. We only got 2 picks wrong and got 17 right, which is about a 90% win rate. Yes guys, you heard that right, 90% win rate. So we're on a huge hot streak, but if you want to get a 90% win rate and get 17 picks right like me, win more bets and receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord and meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon. Should be linked down below in the description. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets today. So make sure to join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $150 just yesterday, and another member who won $21 for the 5th day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, the link will be in the description, so go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group, and I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel the best bets and props, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily uploads. Alright, so let's get straight into the first pick. And when it comes to these picks, I'm not saying to chuck all of them into a parlay and hope for the best. Pick and choose the ones that you like and the ones that work best for you. So the first pick we're going to talk about is Najee Marshall for 16.5 points, spreads and assists, and this one is for more. Now we look at Najee Marshall, we've actually seen him going the over in 2 out of the last 5 games, which is fantastic to see, and they do face off against none other than the Denver Nuggets. Now as you all know, when we look at the Denver Nuggets, they have had a pretty decent season, but Denver Nuggets do actually rank 23rd when it comes to points allowed, which is interesting to see. On top of that, when we move over to assists allowed, we see that the Denver Nuggets actually do rank 30th, and then rebounds allowed, the Nuggets also rank 12th. So for a team like the Nuggets with some big stars, it is surprising that they do rank pretty much in the low tier in points and assists, a little bit higher in rebounding, but definitely not high enough, and that is a big reason why we do very much like the over for this situation here. When it comes to Najee Marshall, he does have a really good usage rate in all departments, and we definitely see him being able to take advantage of Denver Nuggets, who do rank pretty low in certain categories. Now his average over the last 5 is also 17.8, which is great to see because it is above his line. The line right now sits at 16.5, which I think is fantastic, and because of that we do very much like the over for this situation here. When we look at Najee Marshall as well, even the times that he has missed it, he's gotten pretty consistent in getting close to this line, which is what we like to see. So now against a team like Denver, who are a bit easier when it comes to allowing points allowed, assists allowed, and a little bit in rebounds allowed as well, we definitely see Najee Marshall taking advantage of this and going on the over there. So Najee Marshall, 16.5 points, spreads and assists for more, I think is a fantastic pick. Now getting into the next one, we're going to be talking about Bam Adebayo. So as you all know, Bam Adebayo, great player, and this one is for 32.5 points, spreads and assists, and this one is for less. Now look at Bam Adebayo, we've actually seen him go on the under in 3 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now when we look at the Minnesota Timberwolves, we actually do see that they rank 9th when it comes to points allowed, 9th when it comes to assists allowed, and then also 3rd in rebounds allowed. And because of that, we do very much like the under for this situation here. This one's kind of a no-brainer, but as we all know, Minnesota Timberwolves do have pretty good bigs when it comes to Rudy Gobert, who is, a multi-defensive player of the year. And on top of that, Julius Randle is also another great big. And because of that, we definitely see them doing a very good job, especially against Bam Adebayo. Now, Bam usually plays a center position, and Timberwolves also do a very good job at restricting points, spreads, and assists to the center position as well. So we definitely see that being a big plus here. Even the times that he has gone on the over, one of those games he was only able to make it over just by 0.5. So I think he got a little bit lucky there, and because of that, it's not really convincing enough for us, which is why we do like the under for this situation here. Now, I did have an over against Washington, but you do have to remember that was a Washington team. Now against Minnesota, who are a very good defensive team, who also tend to slow the pace down quite a lot, and on top of that, Miami is also a slow paced team. We should actually see less volume from Bam Adebayo coming into this game. Now his average over the last 5 is 31.6, which is slightly under this line as well. So all signs really do point towards the under for this one, and that's why we are sticking to the under for Bam Adebayo. So Bam Adebayo for 32.5 points, spreads and assists for less, I think is a great pick. Again, to the next one, we're going to be talking about none other than Jusuf Nurkic. So Jusuf Nurkic, as we all know, great player, and this one is for points and revs for 23.5, and this one is for less. Now we look at Jusuf Nurkic. We've actually seen him go on the under in 2 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than Sacramento Kings. So as we all know, Sacramento Kings are a pretty decent team, nothing too crazy, but when we also look at the Kings, we do see that the Kings rank when it comes to points allowed, they rank a little bit lower than than we are expecting, as they do rank 16th. And on top of that, when we look at rebounds allowed, we also do see that the Kings do also rank a little bit higher in this category, as they rank 7th. So that is a big reason why we do like the under here. Jusuf Nurkic has a higher usage rate in the rebounding department, and especially with a matchup like against Sacramento Kings, we definitely see him struggling from the rebound department, which is why we do like the under for this one. Now Jusuf Nurkic does have a pretty decent usage rate in scoring, nothing too crazy though compared to rebounds, and we think Sacramento doing a fantastic job at restricting rebounds. It will definitely affect Jusuf Nurkic's game. Now his average over the last 5 is 25, so it is slightly above this line, but we think that when we look at the matchups, that's what's most important, and with the matchup against Sacramento Kings, we definitely see him going on the under here. When we also look further, we also do see that when it comes to actually Jusuf Nurkic, the bookies actually agree with us, and the bookies actually have him favored for the under as well. So with all that being said, we are sticking to the under for this situation here for Jusuf Nurkic. So keep an eye out for his line. Jusuf Nurkic, 23.5 points and revs for less, I think is an absolute steal. So as you all know, I do want to get these picks out to you as soon as possible, but Prizepicks is delayed with some of their lines. So here are a couple of players you should definitely watch out for when their lines drop. So first player we're going to be talking about is Dillon Brooks, who's been averaging 11.9 points, 3.8 rebounds, and 0.7 assists. So he's done a fantastic job for none other than the Houston Rockets, and the Houston Rockets do face off against none other than the Detroit Pistons. Now, Detroit Pistons are 4-6 right now, and we also look at points allowed. We do see that they do actually rank 12th. On top of that, when it comes to assists allowed, they also do rank 14th, and then they rank 1st in rebounds allowed. Because of that, we do very much like the under for this situation here. Although Detroit do have a 4-6 record, they do a very good job at restricting points, revs, and assists as well to the small forward position, which is what Dillon Brooks plays. Now, the reason why we also do like the under here is that Detroit and Houston are pretty slow-paced teams, so we are expecting a very slow-paced game. It may definitely take away from Dillon Brooks's actual usage rate out there. He may not get the same amount of volume that we usually see, and because of those reasons, we are definitely liking the under for this situation here. So I would keep an eye out for Dillon Brooks. I see him more likely to have a line out for points and revs, due to the fact that when it comes to Dillon Brooks, he is honestly just such a player that doesn't have the highest usage rate, and it is usually taken away from him, especially in this Rockets team who have other stars, such as Jalen Green and others, Amen Thompson, the list really goes on and on. So Sengun's also another one, but when it comes to Dillon Brooks as well, we see him more as a role player, so we think a lot of his usage rate may be taken away. It may focus more on the stars, and it could lead to Dillon Brooks going on the under here. So keep an eye out for Dillon Brooks' line. I see a lot of value there to go on the under, but like I always mentioned, keep an eye out for the line first. If the line is too close to his averages, then definitely look to go on the under there. Now, getting to the next player, we're going to be talking about none other than Domantas Sabonis. Now, when it comes to Sabonis, we actually see him do a fantastic job so far this season, averaging 20.6 points, 13 revs, and 7.1 assists. So he's done a fantastic job for none other than the Sacramento Kings, and the Sacramento Kings do actually have themselves a great matchup against the Phoenix Suns. Now we look at the Phoenix Suns as well. What we do see is that the Phoenix Suns do rank 13th when it comes to points allowed. They rank 11th in assists allowed, and when it comes to rebounds allowed, they actually do rank 19th. So we do very much like the over for this situation here for Domantas Sabonis, due to the fact that the Phoenix Suns actually do a very poor job at restricting points, revs, and assists to the power forward position. So we think Sabonis is going to be able to take advantage of this in this game. What we also do see as well is that Sabonis has just had a great last couple of games. He's been on a hot streak. He is coming off a game where he had 23 points, 12 revs, and 6 assists. Coming off that one, he also had a triple-double, and then 2 games before that he also had another triple-double. unbelievable. So, Domantas Sabonis' usage rate out there has been absolutely insane. So we are throwing, a lot of the math out of the window. If someone has the hot hand, it definitely can continue. And we definitely see that being the case with Domantas Sabonis coming into this matchup. Sabonis is not only a great player, but he's a very efficient one at that. And because of that, with this game, the Suns and the Kings, it is going to be a pretty fast-paced game. So we could see a lot more volume from Domantas Sabonis coming into this matchup, whether it's points, rebs, and assists. So I definitely would keep an eye out for him. The Kings are currently 5-4, and it is going to be a tough matchup against Suns, but we definitely still see Sabonis as a player, and as the stats show, we should see him being able to do a fantastic job there. So definitely keep an eye out for Domantas Sabonis. Now getting to the next player, we're going to be talking about Kyrie Irving. So Kyrie Irving from the Dallas Mavericks has done a fantastic job, averaging 23.7 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 4.8 assists. So he's done a fantastic job for none other than the Dallas Mavericks, and Dallas Mavericks do face off against the Denver Nuggets. Now the Denver Nuggets are currently 6-3, and we talked about this earlier, but the Nuggets do rank 23rd when it comes to points allowed, 30th in assists allowed, and then rebounds allowed. They do rank 12th, and because of that, we do also expect Kyrie Irving to go on the over here. Like we said with the pick of Najee Marshall earlier, we think Kyrie should be able to take advantage of this due to the fact that Denver Nuggets also do a very poor job, especially against the point guard position. So because of that, we are liking the over for this situation here. The way Kyrie has been playing has been great. And he also has a really good usage rate in all departments, and on top of that, when it comes to Kyrie as a whole, he has had some pretty decent games coming off it. He's just came off a game where he had 29 points, 7 rebs, and 6 assists against Phoenix, and we are expecting a similar amount of usage rate like that coming into this next game. So it's definitely looking very good for Kyrie Irving to be able to go on the over in this situation here, and the way he has been playing, we definitely should see it continue. So Kyrie Irving from the Dallas Mavericks, keep an eye out for his line, and especially the line is under his averages, then definitely look to go on the over. So guys, if you do want to win more bets and win more money, don't forget to join our exclusive Discord group by signing up to our Patreon. Should be linked down below in the description, or you can also find it in the pinned comment down below. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets and win more money today. So guys, I'll see you over there, and I'll see you soon. Peace.